If you die without a will, Arizona state law will determine who inherits your money and belongings, and it might not be according to your wishes. To control where your property goes when you're no longer around, you need to put your estate planning goals in writing. Additionally, many people appoint individuals to manage their estate after they pass. If you're approaching estate planning for the first time, you might be wondering about the differences between executors and trustees. Who are executors and trustees? Executors and trustees have different functions in estate planning. While executors are responsible for handling a person's affairs after they've passed on, trustees administer or run the trust that a will creates. In other words, trustees manage trusts, but they aren't necessarily the beneficiaries of them. Regardless of whether or not you're due to inherit money or property, being selected as an executor or a trustee is generally considered to be an honor. What does an executor do? So, what is it that an executor does when a person passes? Named in the decedent's will, the executor distributes parts of an estate to beneficiaries based on the terms of the will. Whether you have been named an executor or are looking for someone to fulfill this function on your behalf, you should be aware of some of the following tasks an executor must perform. Deliver a copy of the will to the probate court. Go to court and obtain a grant of probate. Pay outstanding bills and taxes for the estate. Take an inventory of the estate's assets. Manage property and keep it in good working order. Distribute the assets to beneficiaries as outlined by the terms of the will. Close the estate with the probate court. What does a trustee do? A trustee is named in the trust and has the responsibility of distributing beneficiaries' assets based on the decedent's instructions. Here are some of the tasks a trustee must agree to perform. Manage assets during the truster's life and after their death, until a time when the trust is no longer in existence. Manage the trust's bank account and records, pay bills on behalf of the trust. Distribute assets to beneficiaries according to the trust's terms. Estate planning can be an emotional and complicated process. However, it's a necessary one if you want to protect the people who matter most to you when you're no longer around to do so. The good news is you don't have to handle all these details alone. At Jackson White Law, we offer expert estate planning services under the direction of lead attorney David Weed. Whether you need help drawing up a will, creating a trust, or choosing executors and trustees, our team can provide dependable advice and support. Call our Arizona Estate Planning at 480-660-3938 to discuss your case today.